Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Zombie Army 4, where today we will be going over the trench gun and the drilling to find out which one is better. So without further ado, let's get into this. First of all, when unupgraded, the trench gun is the clear winner because of its 5-round capacity. Zombie Army is very much a game about crowd control, and having a weapon capable of putting down suppressive or area of effect damage is very important. The drilling and the trench gun can both do area of effect damage, but the trench gun, whilst not exactly a suppressive weapon, at least not in the conventional sense, can still suppress areas of enemies quite well. Also, it's important to say here, for those of you who don't know, that unlike in Sniper Elite, or for that matter real life, the drilling in Zombie Army doesn't have a rifle barrel, instead having 3 12-gauge shotgun barrels. Now we're going to get into the weapons when fully upgraded. First things first, I would like to say that these weapons were compared with Tier 3 buckshot rather than slug rounds. I will be doing a video on slug rounds versus buckshot, so stay tuned for that. So now we must navigate the veritable quagmire of drilling customization options. For this comparison, I used the sawn-off barrels, which decrease recoil but increase spread. I found this attachment to be useful for landing speedy successive shots on zombies. As the drilling has a superior fire rate to the trench gun, I thought that the low recoil of the sawn-off barrels would greatly assist in maximising this gun's potential. Additionally, there is the option for using the attachment that results in one trigger pull firing all 3 barrels, which makes the drilling more powerful than Task Manager, which is quite frankly preposterous. If you use this attachment, I recommend not sawing off the barrels and keeping them as normal for the greater range. Paired with a strong pistol to do the work of an actual secondary, then the drilling can be a mini preacher of sorts, that makes an armoured giant look about as threatening as a 5'2" teenager smoking pot and riding a Carrera Hellcat like a bit of a prat. Using the setup of a sawn-off drilling with individual shots, the drilling is an excellent high power alternative to regular submachine guns of the game. It's powerful, accurate, and can take out low tier inbred zombies with one shot from a surprisingly long range. The fire rate is good, the recoil easily manageable, and the reload is surprisingly speedy. The drilling's major drawback is its low capacity, which makes reloads, quick as they are, incredibly frequent and incredibly annoying. In other games it wouldn't matter, but in Zombie Army, where there are huge numbers of enemies all of the time, the drilling does suffer heavily when it comes to crowd control. And that is where the trench gun steps in. The trench gun isn't as powerful as the drilling. It hasn't got the versatility of the triple shot attachment or the sawn-off barrels. It hasn't the range or the accuracy. But what it does have is 8 rounds of double-aught buckshot loaded and ready to mangle the hordes of the zombie army. And this is the trench gun's biggest advantage. 8 rounds, cancelable reload, and a quick cyclic action make the trench gun perfect for crowd control. Additionally, whilst the drilling does have far superior damage, the trench gun is still a fairly lethal weapon up close, and it will make quick work of most zombie types. So it's fairly plain to see that the trench gun is my preferred choice for Zombie Army. And this is mostly just down to the fact that it controls a crowd better than US Capitol Security, which, come to think of it, isn't actually that difficult. Additionally, the trench gun gets an electric attachment, which I prefer over the drilling's incendiary attachment. Whilst the drilling is technically more versatile, its versatility comes from its variety of attachments which can't be switched around on the fly. With the drilling, you have to know precisely what you're going up against before you go in, so you can select the right configuration for your weapon. However, the trench gun is just a guaranteed win. You can throw a trench gun into any given situation and it will perform admirably. Maybe it won't take down an armoured giant quite like a drilling with triple shot attachment, but it will still get the job done, and it'll do all the other jobs you ask it to. In the words of Todd Howard, it just works. So if you had to ask me which one of the guns was better, I would say the trench gun is obviously the winner. The drilling is designed as a specialist tool, and as a result, whilst being much more versatile in general, like a Swiss Army knife of sorts, it's not immediately adaptable to any one situation like the trench gun is. Strangely, the drilling would have been improved if it had the rifle barrel like it did in real life. I understand why they didn't do this, but a hyper-powerful rifle barrel for the purposes of ranged combat, counter-sniping, or demolitions could have made the drilling much more versatile, and due to the fact that it'll be on the gun at all times, it would have made the drilling more immediately adaptable, which is the main issue it suffers. The trench gun is a jack of all trades, master of none, and that is why it's the definitive winner. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. It costs you nothing and it's a great way to help out the channel. Stay safe and goodbye.